Hello, my beautiful friend. I'm Serenity Ravenwolf,
And I'm Robert Hubbs.
and together we, including you, our love heals humanity.
Well, Serenity, it's another fantastic day. We have a wonderful topic. I hope everyone's really excited, and I know, as always, I am. We're talking today about the key to unlock soulmate relationships. And it is a never-ending, exciting topic. It's something that you and I have spoken about at great length, and I know that everyone on the call today, at the show today, and everyone who's going to be watching this in replay, every one of us has some powerful relationship in our life, or we're looking for that powerful relationship in our life. We're looking for that soulmate connection, and sometimes multiple, as you and I have talked often. They're not just about intimate partners, they're about those deep, powerful personal connections. And I'm so excited to talk about this because it touches on so many things. The uniqueness of us as individuals, how we show up in the world, all these fantastic jumping off topics. And wow, I, let's go.
Let's go, Roger! Yeah, and we're almost like 2-year-olds peer pants excited on Christmas
Yeah.
morning because soulmate relationships, whether it be friends, sisters, family, aunts, uncles, lovers,
Mhm.
is our favorite topic on the planet because
Yeah.
um, it envelops love,
Yes.
and that is my favorite topic. That is why I know I'm here on this planet. And I'd like to say a hello to Kimmy, who said hello. Hi, Kimmy. Thanks for joining
Hi,
us on the
Kimmy.
show. I'd like to give us a jump off talking point, and it's as we celebrate our uniqueness, we are actually supporting unity. So let me expand a little further on that. Now, in the past, and I'm sure none of this has ever happened to any of you, when I was a child, I grew up, I'm different, okay? I am unique, and I didn't fit in school as a child. I was bullied, I was picked on for being different, I was picked on and laughed at for the very different lenses I wore, aka the way I view the world through, I call it my rainbow love shaped glasses. And I learnt at a young age to turn that off, to bury it, to keep it to myself, to say nothing, which, by the way, is a bit of a struggle for me to even get on shows like this because I buried it so freaking deep. So this is an expanding journey for myself to just even show up, to be here for you in the public face, to show that I'm different. But at some point in my life, I reowned and reclaimed all of those parts of myself that I call, divorced, as in buried in the dungeons, the depths of our being. The moment I reowned and reclaimed all of those and started not caring and just showing up to the world to share the love that I have in my heart and not care if you laugh at me because I tell you I love you, that's created a huge expansion on so many levels in my life, where what I was burying for fear of being judged, criticized, ostracized, made a pariah, yada, 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 is actually now my strength and what and why people seek me out. Go figure, what a neat concept. So therefore, as people seek you out, this is what, and to be honest, if we're talking about like soulmates, we're looking for a soulmate. If we're looking for a soulmate from the version of us that we are putting like a mask portraying to the world, because that's how society and experiences in life have shaped us and shown us that that's the way to be accepted, or what we think is accepted, at least not rejected. um it's our uniqueness that attracts those to us, because if we're portraying that to the world and we're looking for soulmates, whatever kind of relationship that is for you, that's the vibration and rhythm of someone we're attracting to, that version of you, and that's not actually who you are. And we all know that a leopard can't change its spots, meaning it can pretend to be something else for so long, but eventually that extra different costume that you take off the shelf of the universe to put on gets stinky and you've got to wash it. Meaning meaning eventually you have to come through, especially with people you spend a lot of time with. So why not just learn, take the journey, make the choice to take the journey to feel comfortable with ourselves, with who we are, and start small. Like I just started with the whole love to you. You know, I separated a little bit more. Now I've just, and I had 2 or 3 or 4 iterations of how I was expressing love and light to you. You know, it was me saying it, but not me saying it. Therefore, now, it's like a muscle. You know, you go to the gym. Each time I said that, I was one step closer to feeling authentically comfortable to look a stranger in the eye and say, I love you.
But there's another side of this, and when we talk about the uniqueness, and we talk about gaining clarity, and you know, that essentially all soulmate relationships are, of whatever form, and with the many types, are grounded in this deep love. But the first piece is, and you talk about, you know, stopping being our own world's worst abuser. So that means the first piece of it is loving ourselves, and truly loving ourselves means being unique, being our authentic self, being who we really are, and being okay with even the world saying, you're not okay. Like, you're not okay. And I'm like, yes, but I am okay. By your lens, you judge me as, you know, whatever. But by my lens, by what's important to me, I'm fine. So, fine off.
And Barbara, who's watching live, makes a very valid point. And she says, I think our higher self is the soulmate that we seek. And
Yes.
I 100% agree.
Yep.
Therefore, to me, my higher self is me. I am my higher self. Therefore, there is zero separation. Therefore, I go back to taking it back to the self-love, because until we have that connection with ourselves, aka our higher self, the greater part of us, rather than using the word higher self, until we have that soulmate, deeply loving, supportive, compassionate relationship, aka stop being our world's worst abusers, that's when the opportunities and the doorways are wide open, and suddenly soulmates of all kinds and shapes start entering our lives. And you know, today in this point, no, my life is absolutely just pretty much full and overflowing with all different kinds of soulmate relationships. Robert and I are soulmates, and I'm sure you can feel that beautiful vibration that we have. You know, Robert is the brother I never had. You know, and I'm sure that's vice versa. But you know, that's and that is beautiful. But that's because I made a choice back in 2005 to stop being my own world's worst abuser and to be my own divinely loving presence and guide. Now, that divinely loving presence and guide is the greater part of myself, which is another word for that is my higher self. So thank you for adding that perspective, Barbara. That was very valid and fitted in perfectly right now. If any of you have any questions, please pop them in the comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. And we'd love you, if you're watching this on YouTube, please press the subscribe button and press the bell, because it helps us get further out into the algorithms and to share this message of love so that we can bring more to you. And on Facebook, you can go to the Positive Happy Life with Serenity page and check the events tab there, because that's where we are there.
Indeed.
Any further points to add to that, Robert, or shall I move on to the...
You know, we could talk about this for hours, about all the subtleties of this, but you know, we want to go deep into it. Maybe now's not the time. So
So the next,
carry on. The
next point, because I write some talking points because it keeps me on track, because I can talk about this forever. When we know that a unique expression is beautiful, supported and valuable, we flow with the joy of sharing life. This open flow brings people together in the energy of love rather than separated by fear and scarcity. And I have a sub point to that, but let's talk about this one first. And this is what we've been speaking about, Robert. This is the going back to the loving yourself first, being your own divinely loving presence, you know?
Yeah, there's... If we really want to be at peace with ourselves, that's the only way that we can be at peace with a soulmate and find a true soulmate. Because when we're busy being not us, when we're busy being whatever else, we won't be attracting who we're really, really supposed to be connected to.
And that includes ourselves and our higher selves and the all there is and the flying purple monkeys. I like to call them flying purple monkeys because
I know. I just have never seen the flying purple monkeys.
It's a random phrase. It means absolutely nothing. Call it a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Call it whatever you like. It's the same higher power, more expansive, the all there is. But for me, this is when we're pretending to be that person that society has shaped us to be, that version of us that is still our own world's worst abuser, is burying parts of ourselves rather than shining our magnificent radiance. That version of us is what actually creates the separation from the all there is, from everything, everyone and everything, because we know that, and in a way, it's not integrous. It's not having integrity for ourselves and supporting ourselves in that way, because we know we're pretending, we know we're lying, we know we're showing up as a fake. And I mean, honestly, how does that make you feel? That never made me feel really, really nice. Me showing up as authentically as I am, if I walk into a room as my bright, magnificent self and say, hello, my beautiful friend, and everyone laughs at me, I say, thank you for because everything is just energy. Thank you for showing me there is a misalignment energy here, and these are not my peeps.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'll just go over there and find who my peeps are, because when you are showing up as your authentic, radiant, magnificent self, that will always create unity in the way that your peeps will be attracted to that version of you, the real version, the authentic you.
And the opposite is also true. When we are being somebody that we are not, we either crush the soulmate relationship that we're in, or we block it ever coming about, because we're not us. We're drawing energy to us. We're putting out energy that isn't who we want to be or who we truly are.
No,
and that's powerful. We need to be that. And all there is, the energy, the universe, the flying purple monkeys, that all resonates. I know you love that. That all resonates on that. It resonates on that energy. So whatever we put out, we get back.
Yeah, and that said, and to expand upon that, back to the loving your own heart, being your own world's worst abusers, which most of us are. And if you're not, you have been at some point. We all start out that way. I just went totally blank. We know what that means. It means I was channeling something and the connection just...
Boop. Well...
Oh, yes. To the degree that we love ourselves is to the degree that we can attract relationships in our lives to love us. So if we absolutely hated ourselves and someone was like Jesus or Buddha or Saint Germain or Mother Mary, like loved you in that way, that much, that all-encompassing, expansive, kind, loving and supportive kind of love, you would reject it. You would sabotage it. You would close the door because it would feel uncomfortable for you because you are yet to work that muscle. So everything is energy, and energy is about alignment, and we are in perfect alignment with even our relationships in our lives.
Yep.
In alignment with how much we love and support ourselves. Because you find when the more you work that muscle and love and support yourself more and more, our relationships start to change. Those that were only using us because we were their doormat can no longer be a part of it because there's this misalignment, because now we're making different choices and we now have respect and self-love, and the way people used to treat us in the past we don't allow anymore, solely because we work this muscle and we have started to love and support ourselves. So the second point I have to that is people feel safe supporting others in the beautiful diversity that creates expansion when they flow in love. This safety nurtures thriving, and this is what we've just been speaking about. I think that just adds a full stop to the end of this particular point. This
Indeed.
Safety nurtures thriving. That's thriving for you, thriving for me and Robert and all of us as a humanity. This is our path to have peace on earth. And I know that's why I'm here, to help everyone start loving their own hearts, which overflows to loving and supporting others and having soulmate relationships. And soulmate relationships just means that deep rapport, something that's beautiful, where there's just no stuff to have to work through. And this brings about unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, peace on earth, harmony. So yes. Does anyone have any questions on this topic? Please pop them in the comments below, whether you are watching live or watching the replay, because I do swing back. So the next point I have that I'd love to touch upon is as we're winding up the show, I would like to remind you that you are a valuable, unique aspect of a vast life system. As we love and honor ourselves, we naturally love and honor others for all we are, and we are all interconnected.
And it's really easy to forget that amount of interconnection, how closely connected we are to a sometimes surprising number of people. And it's really important to remember that when you think you're alone in the world, or when you're struggling with that missing connection with someone special, that there's a lot of connections that we already have that we can draw on.
Absolutely. And the dog, see, if you understand dog, you know exactly what that dog just said. It just said, you are magnificent, radiant being of the all there is. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for choosing to be your magnificent, radiant self. And that's what the dog said.
That's probably close translation.
Yeah, it's a close, loose translation. I'd like to keep the show a little short this morning, so I have one more point that I would like to add, and this is, I encourage you to embrace your uniqueness. It helps us release perceptions that have ceased to serve us, discover our infinite worth, and allow that to flow into life. I go quiet at the end. It's nice to have that pregnant pause to allow that to settle. That's huge. Has anyone ever had any challenges with learning to love your own heart? And do you agree or disagree with anything that Robert and I have said and shared on the show today? I'm even okay if you disagree. Or the dog. The dog had a very pertinent, very powerful message from the All There Is. Thank goodness I speak dog. I'd like to move into the affirmations portion of the show as we're winding up, and then into the quick few minute energy healing, of which I spend extra time the night before and add a lot more to the energy ball of energy ball. So I'd like you first to expand your energies out into the universes and beyond. Pulling your presence, though, while staying energetically expanded out into the universe, pulling your presence back into your body as it settles into your mind's eye of a shape, any color, size, feather. And as feathers do, it will drop gently down, 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 landing gently in the sacred space of your heart. Taking a deep breath in and out. My uniqueness is valuable to evolution. I hold boundaries with self-respect and compassion for others. I seek to understand what seems opposite or different. I am a powerful energy of love, even if I am saying no. I forgive easily, for I allow the energy of love to flow freely in my life when I am free from resentment. My uniqueness is epic and worth celebrating. I love myself just as I am today. I am grateful to be the person I am. I appreciate all the ways that I am unique. I am thankful and grateful for the good in my life. Calmness washes over me with every deep breath I take. And I'd like to finish that one with every breath that I take. May peace on earth be one step closer and closer and closer. It is our reality with every breath I take. So I'm going to call in the energy ball that I started last night. There it is. And I'm going to add anything extra from this morning. So if you see me twitching and stuff, it's just the energy coming through it. As I add extra activation codes sent through me, via me, from the All There Is. And this is my opportunity to say, I love you. Oh, beautiful one. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Taking in a deep breath, the energy is dissipating, so I'll just gather all this energy together. And on the count of 3, this will land gently, lovingly, and beautifully in the sacred space of your heart and unravel from there, sending ripples through your life and out into the All There Is. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Right there. Welcome home, beautiful. Welcome home.
As always, beautiful. Thanks everyone for joining us. I should say that next week will be our last show for the year because there is the holiday break that we all hope to enjoy some good downtime. I know I am going to be looking forward to that. I know Serenity, you are as well. And the topic for next week's show, with the holiday season in mind, is how not to have your buttons pushed. For all of you who are getting together with family or friends, or maybe begrudgingly getting together with family and friends, this is going to be an important show for you.
Yeah.
I hope you join us.
And until next week, same time, from the same page. Bye.
Bye.